Hello and welcome. I'm Peasant, and today I'm going to be telling you all about my favourite Jagged Earth mages. Well, not everything about them. I'm just going to tell you what they are, and then the little bit of nonsense around the edges. So here is my first one. There is a sum total of 6 that I've picked out as my favourites. What is it? It's Trees Radiate Celestial Brilliance. Yes, it is. Now, this is one I think I just love because I just love trees. I think they're brilliant, and this card is summing up my love for trees and my belief that they are brilliant. I mean, it's also a defend card. It's also fast fear. I mean, what's not to love? I mean, for green, of course, it's elements you like, but this isn't a practical video. You're not going to learn anything useful. You're not going to improve your game of Spirit Iron from this. So let's move swiftly on. Irresistible Call. Pow. Incredibly powerful. It's a 6 energy, so you're unlikely to have the energy early to use it, but if you can, well, you've basically won. I mean, that's potentially gathering, that's preventing a couple of builds, also probably meaning a ravage doesn't matter. I guess depends, on your luck. But yeah, wow. Okay, next we have another similarly costed, some would say identically costed, Dream of the Untouched Land. This is the first power that when I remember when I was playing my first games with the expansion when it arrived, and I looked at it because I very deliberately keep myself a bit ignorant. Hard to imagine, but I don't like when I get a new expansion for a game that I love. I don't just read all the cards or anything like that. I try and keep it as a surprise for myself for as long as possible, which is why there's been no video about all the fear cards or all the event cards, because I am still semi-deliberately not really kind of going in and analyzing them. But this is the one. So that threshold there, add a random new island board next to the target board. Ignore it. I mean, just like I remember, just my little peasant brain was just it was just in pieces on the floor, but in a good way. In a good way. So yeah, that's Dream of the Untouched Land. The actual without threshold. I mean, that's it's all right. But yeah, wow, glorious. And so next up we have Forests of Living Obsidian. Now again, I like forests, so is it because it's a good card? Yeah, it's a good card. It does a lot of damage. I think for me, a lot of the cards that I actually love are I kind of love them not necessarily because of what they do, but because of what they evoke. And so this for me is very evocative. Got all these rocky trees. Of course they're going to damage everything. Of course they're going to clear the land. Next up, we are now into the final 2. Pow. Weave together the fabric of the place. So yeah, again, we're going quite heavy into the Wombo territory here for this one. So making a whole load of lands, the same land, it's great for something like Forest of Living Obsidian. Doesn't do a lot on its own. I mean, you can use it to cheese scenarios and things like that, which is of some interest. But for me, this is more about, being cheeky with Ocean or that kind of thing. I like it. I like this kind of thing. And because I just tend to gloss over rules complications, so it's fine. It's no big deal. Now, are you ready? I hope you're sat somewhere where it's not going to hurt you if you fall over. Shock. The top card for me, Jagged Earth Mage's best card is Pow. Infestation of Venomous Spiders. Yes, it's a card about spiders. Deal with it, arachnophobes. Deal with it. It's the 2020s. Jesus, is it really? It's the 2020s. This is... Anyway, I just love this card. Partly because it's spiders and I love spiders, but also because it suits some of the things I like to do in the game. I enjoy making the invaders skip their actions, and the fact that this also does damage, and it's fast fear, and it's beasts. It's just everything I could ever dream of in a card. So that wraps up my list. What's your list? I'm pointing at the camera there. What's your list? You there on the internet? Well, I'm kind of curious to see if anyone has any kind of favorites that are non-predictable. He says, are you predictable? Are you just another drone on the internet? Prove me wrong with some kind of proof. Anyway, like the video if you like the video, and I'll actually try and get the right splash screen out this time.